सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees to our second day of Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 5 discussions. So yesterday we have briefly discussed from third canto about the primary creation, and we briefly started about the secondary creation. We'll just continue with that. But before beginning, were you able to follow yesterday? What did we discuss? So yesterday we discussed about how Mahavishnu, by glancing upon Prakriti, produced the 24 elements, and eventually entering elements, how by combining those 24 elements he produced unlimited Brahmandas which were floating on the causal ocean. Then entering into each and every universe, how he created Garbhodakas ocean. Then from his own navel, how he created the lotus. Entering into that lotus as Hirodakshaya Vishnu, how he produced Brahma, who eventually, empowered by the Supreme Lord, divided that lotus into 14 divisions. So, how Brahmaji divided this lotus into 14 divisions, and so you can see here. Then within those 14 planetary systems, how we briefly saw Brahmaji is empowered to create different living species who are going to inhabit in these 14 lokas. That is also we briefly saw. What was the purpose for which Brahmaji is producing our physical forms in this material world? Three purposes. Matrartam cha, bhavartam cha, atmane kalpanaya cha. In order to facilitate the jiva's desire to be fulfilled. What is the jiva's desire? Jiva want to experience Ishatvam. How it would be? I am the master, I am the Lord, I am the enjoyer. So that is called Matrartham. Want to experience the five Tanmatras. And then, if one is not satisfied with the kind of experiences one had in one lifespan, one is allowed to enter into different species. Human being, Devata, Gandharva, Kinara, Kimpusha, like that. That is called Bhavartham. Once all one's desires are completed, then one is advised to go back home back to Godhead. That is Atmane Kalpanayacha. So this is the purpose, this is the intention with which, whether it is Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, or even Lord Brahma and all the other devatas are working together to facilitate this. This is the whole purpose of creating unlimited material universes. Then we also saw Manmana Mohabbat. Basically, whatever we have when we offer to Lord, Lord will offer himself to us. That was the conclusion of that verse. So today, we briefly complete the remaining section of this particular creation pastime. Then we'll move on with our cosmology section, 5th canto. So now, yesterday we saw how from Prakriti, the Supreme Lord produced Mahatattva, Sutatattva, Ahankara, mind, intelligence, the pranas, jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, panchamahabhutas, and 5 tanmatras. This is a quick summary, everything put in 5 stages. All 24 elements are produced. And Mahavishnu also produces the 6th item, which we did not discuss yesterday. What was that? Creation of 5 ajnana vrittis. This Lord does by his avidya shakti, in order to bewilder the jiva. When jiva comes to this material world, there should be some bewilderment, because jiva want to experience Ishatva. If we are in our constitutional position, we cannot experience that. So how does he accomplish that? These are the 5 coverings which are covering the soul when jiva comes into material world. The first one is known as avidya. Avidya means forgetfulness of one's identity. Jiva, originally the jiva's identity is Jivera Swarupoi Krishnera Nityadas. That is forgotten. The first layer, avidya shakti, makes us forget that who we are. But as long as we are in the material world, we are supposed to have some identity. That identity is given by second layer, asmita. In whichever body we are residing, based on that body we get the identity. Currently we are living in the human body, so we are human beings. In some other life, jiva was in some other species, so jiva thinks that I am so and so. Devatas, Gandharvas, Kindras, Kimbuchas, animals, birds, reptiles, aquatics, asuras, etc. That is because of asmita layer. Then, while living in that particular species, there are so many similar species which are helping one's enjoyment. And there is attachment. There is possessiveness. Asmita is called aham, raga is called mama. These are mine. This home is mine. This vehicle is mine. And these people are mine. This place is mine. So like that. Everything that is giving us some kind of enjoyment, they all come in the category of raga. So one want to be with them till the end of the life. But unfortunately, when somebody else also wants the same thing, there is a enmity between both of them. Especially among the brothers. Father's property, both sons want. There is dono ke beech mein jagda. Something like that. Those who are obstructing one sense enjoyment, there is enmity with them. But psychologically, everyone knows that there is something called as death. Before death comes, let me have as much enjoyment as possible. Because death means full stop to all our enjoyments. Psychologically, everyone knows this. So before death comes, let me complete as much as I can. Absorption in sense gratification out of fear of death. These are the 5 things which are bewildering the jiva, which makes the jiva commit sinful activities, as a result of which jiva remains in the material world in a bound state. So this is avidya shakti of Maya Devi. This is how Maya bewilders us. Maya binds us in this material world by these 5 layers. Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. So now, by the combination of the 24 elements produced from Prakriti and the 5 coverings of avidya, इन दोनों को जोड़कर Brahmaji produced 4 categories of living species. 4 different variety of living entities. Who are they? First category, 6 kinds of plants. Whatever plants we see, in a major categorization, they are divided into 6 categories in the Bhagavatam. Vanaspati, Oshadi, Lata, Tvakshara, Viruda, Dhruma. And then 28 types of lower species. Among them, there are aquatics, reptiles, mammals, water, and land birds. Here, there is something written in the different color. Among the reptiles, there are snakes and also lizards are there. Among mammals, Dvishapa, Ekashapa, Panchanaka. This is how the distinction is there. Dvishapa means if you see some animal, their feet is like this. The feet has been divided into 2 parts, like cows, buffaloes, etc. And there are some animals we have only one, like horses, camel, they have only 1 feet. There is no division among them. And Panchanaka, dogs, tigers, they have 5 fingers in their feet. So these are some separate categories. And then one variety of human being. Human being is only of one variety. So then 8 kinds of superhuman beings. Starting from aquatics, plants, aquatics, birds, mammals, and everyone is covered. Then human beings. Then above human beings are 8 category of superhuman beings, which includes the principal devatas, 12 Adityas, 8 Vasus, 11 Rudras, 2 Ashwini Kumaras, 14 Agni Devatas, 14 Marut Devatas, 13 Vishwa Devatas. Like that, so many different category of Devatas are there, Rubus, etc. etc. All the principal Devatas are in this category. And then Sadhyas and Pitrus are the second category. These are the lesser Devatas. Currently, Pitrupaksha is going on. So Sadhyas and Pitrus are second category. Third category are Gandharvas and Apsaras. They are the singers and dancers. And fourth category are Kinnaras and Kimpurushas. Fifth category are Siddha Charana Vidyadharas. And sixth category, Yakshas and Rakshasas. Seventh category, Bhuta Preta Pichashas. Among them, there are many more divisions. Vetala, Kushmanda, etc. etc. They all come. And eighth category, Dhaityas and Danavas, whom generally we call them as Asuras. These are the 8 superhuman categories are of the 4 type of creation. So in total, we have 4 category of creation. The lowest consciousness, plants, little developed animals, little developed human beings, little developed all the superhuman beings. In Bhakti Rasamur Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami mentions, quoting from Padma Purana, he says that whenever we visit any temple, especially talks about Madhura Mandala, in Madhura Mandala, whenever we visit any temple, we should do 4 times parikrama. Any Garbhagriha, any temple, if any dham also, if possible, 4 times we should do parikrama. Whoever does 4 times parikrama, they will be freed from taking birth in these 4 category of species. That's what Rupa Goswami says. Plants, animals, humans, and superhumans. Because in these 4 categories, the identity is very strong. I am Devata, I am Gandharva, I am Kinnara. The bodily identification is very strong in these 4 categories. In these 4 ways, Maya is binding us. But there should be some means of getting out of that bondage. So, for that purpose, Brahma further continues the creation. He does 2 creation. First creation is creating Vedic literatures. And second is creating the propagators of the Vedic literatures. What is the use of creating a Vedic literature? Somebody should teach it. If you don't teach, who will understand? Then he creates all the teachers. So who are all the teachers? First he created 4 Kumaras. Who will teach? Tapasya, Jnana Yoga, Vairagya, and Ashtanga Yoga. The 4 Kumaras have appeared in order to teach these 4 kinds of processes to one and all. They are the teachers of these 4 things. Then he created 11 Rudras. They are also teaching all the 4. Lord Shiva and other forms of Rudra, they also teach all the 4. And then he created different Prajapatis. They teach Nishkama Karma Yoga. Interestingly, you see, the 4 Kumaras are brahmacharis. In order to practice Ashtanga Yoga or Jnana Yoga, one need to be in renounced order. The teacher himself is renounced so that he can teach how to practice it to others. And all the Prajapatis are Grihasthas, and they can teach others how to practice Nishkama Karma Yoga. Nishkama Karma Yoga means Grihastha Dharma. It is not meant for renounced people. So they are like that. And there is a 6th one that is called Bhakti Yoga. In order to teach Bhakti Yoga, Lord Brahma created Narada Muni. Narada Muni is the ambassador of Bhakti Yoga. Just like the 4 Kumaras are ambassadors of Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, just like all the Prajapatis, all the Rishis are the ambassadors of Nishkama Karma Yoga. This is how Lord Brahma created all the Vedic literatures and the teachers who teach all these literatures. And by the way, all these teachers' lifespan is as big as Lord Brahma. They all live as long as Brahma is there. Because the teacher, they need to teach and they need to help conditioned soul get liberation. They are always there. They are not conditioned. We should not treat them as conditioned souls. They are actually teachers. They have to teach a particular subject and they act apne acharti Prabhu sabha shikayala. They act themselves like that and they teach others what they are acting, so what they are following. So in that way. So these are the 6 manifestations of Vidya Shakti. Pradhana and Avidya binds Jivas. Pradhana and Vidya liberates Jivas. If we want to get freed from the bondage caused by Avidya, we need to take shelter of Vidya. So by taking shelter of Vidya, slowly we can become freed from the bondage caused by Avidya. So all these things are manifested by Brahma himself. Brahma only made everything ready so that people can live in this world. So quickly, the 6th category of plants. Vanaspati means there are such kind of plants which will directly give fruits without giving any flowers, like apple. Oshadi means they only live for 1 year. All the food plants, vegetable plants and rice plant, wheat and all, they can't live more than 1 year. In 1 year only they will produce the fruits and not fruits, they produce the grains and all these things and then die. They can't live more than that. And creepers which need support to grow. Tvakshara, their trunks are hollow like bamboo and castor. Viruda, their roots are very strong. And Druma means these are those trees first give flowers, then give fruits like mango, etc. They are the 6 principal categories among the plants. All plants that we see might fall one of these categories. And then the different variety of animals. Dvishapa, Ekashapa, Panchanaka, and other animals. So Dvishapa means their feet is like this, 2 parts division. Ekashapa means 1. Panchanaka 5. And then here reptiles, land dwelling birds. Birds generally fly in the sky. And sometimes they land on the land portion. And there are water dwelling birds, they never come to the land. Either they are on the water or they are in the sky. So this is how among them also there are some categories. And then aquatics and human beings. In the Bhagavatam, while describing the human being, there are 3 characteristics are mentioned about human beings. What they are, what are they? Rajo Adhika. There is passion is more in the human beings. Karma Para. They are always eager to work. Karma Para. They are not Narayana Parayana. They are Karma Parayana. Because they are Rajo Adhika. And most important thing is Dukkecha Sukhamanina. Dukh maybe they think that they are happy. So like this. These are Bombay pictures. I mean, of course, Bangalore also not. This is China. 12 days they are stuck up in the traffic jam. So these are other superhuman beings, Devatas and Asuras and other things. 4 Kumaras, 11 Rudras, and then we have Daksha Prajapati, other Prajapatis who take up the responsibility of Saptarishis. We will discuss about in our future session tomorrow about Saptarishis, but just for giving the matter. Generally, all these sages stay in the upper planets. Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka are meant for the Rishis. But among all the Rishis, 7 of them are appointed as Saptarishis. They are the class teachers for that Manvantara. Just like in the school, for every class there is a class teacher. It is that teacher's responsibility to take care of the attendance and all other things, the progress cards and everything. It is that teacher's responsibility, that classroom. Same way, the Saptarishis are responsible for one Manvantara. Make sure that everyone is following Nishkama Karma Yoga properly. So they come from Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, they come to Sargaloka, they live in Sargaloka in a place called as Saptarishi Mandal. The Saptarishis, we see the question mark, in one star, one sage resides. That is their tentative home for one Manvantara. It is they who come down again and again in the form of various acharyas. In the previous 3 yugas, they would come just like that. Because in 3 yugas, sages are allowed to come and they interact with the kings and they institute the Varnashram Dharma properly. But in Kali Yuga, monarchy is not there. So they come in the form of acharyas. Seva is same only. Whether they come directly or in a disguised form, they keep doing their seva. And finally, here is our Narada Muni, who is teaching bhakti to one and all. So, in that way. Finally, Lord Brahma, after creating all these things, Brahma also is a person. How long he will continue to do it? He want to wind up his creation pastimes. He want to make the creation as a automatic process. It should go on its own. I don't have to involve now and again, time and again. In order to create all these people and all these things, Brahma took
4 Chaturyugas time, not 1 day, 2 day. Since the time he appeared top of the lotus till now, till the time he created Swayambhu Manu Satrupa, he took total 4 Chaturyugas. That much time he took to do all these things. We have not gone through every detail, but there are many more things also. Finally, he created the first couple, Swayambhu Manu and Chaturupa, and he instituted the process of begetting children through procreation. And these two begot 5 children: Priyavrata, Uttanapada, Akuti, Devahuti, Prasuti. Akuti married Ruchi, Devahuti married Pratama, Prasuti married Daksha. Akuti gave birth to Lord Yajna and Dakshina. Devahuti gave birth to 9 daughters and 1 son. 1 son is Kapila, 9 daughters are like Kala and all Anasuya and all these people. What's wonderful. They married the 9 sons of Brahma, who born from Prajapatis, Vashishta, Pulaha, Kratu, Angira, Marichi. They married these 9 daughters and they begot children. They got married, they begot children. Like that, the things are going on. That's how all these rishis became our ancestor. Our Gotra is named after one of these rishis. So from here it started. And Prasuti married Daksha. She gave birth to 16 daughters, out of which 13 married to Dharma, 1 married to Agni, 1 married to Pitu Devatas, 1 married to Lord Shiva. That was Mother Sati. So, like that. So, that's how the things have been settled to move on automatically. Then Brahma became free. You don't have to do direct involvement. So, this is how Brahma produced all these different variety of living entities, one after the other. First, he took the 24 elements, he took 5 Ajnana-vritis, combining them, he created 4 categories of living entities. Among them, first aquatics, then plants, then reptiles, then different variety of birds and bees. Among the animals, there are different varieties. Birds also two varieties. And then he created human beings. And then he also created superhuman beings. And then he created 4 Kumaras, 11 Rudras, and all the different variety of Prajapatis and Narada Muni. And then he finally produced 4 Vedas, 6 Vedangas, 4 Upanishads, 4 other Shastra, Nyaya, Mimamsa, and Purana, Itihasas, and Dharma Shastras. All of them Brahma only produced. He even produced letters. Brahma only instituted all those letters. And then he also introduced the basically 6 Vedangas, which includes Shiksha, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Kalpa, Jyotisha, Chandas. All these things Brahma only instituted. And also Sari, Gama, Pada, Ni, all musical notes. Everything Brahma only created, manifested everything, and then finally he said, Swayambhu Manu and Satrupa, please get married and beget children through you, and entire universe will continue to procreate children through marriage.
And like that, system will go on automatically. And he also instituted a mutual dependency among all the living entities. That is through the medium of yajna. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhava yajnat bhavanti parjanyo yajna karma samudbhoha. When we perform yajna, the devatas are nourished. All these personalities, everyone, other than including human beings, everyone depends upon this process of yajna. When we perform yajna, the devatas are fed. Then devatas will send forth rain and other natural resources. As a result of that, there are food, green grasses, grains, fruits, flowers, leaves, everything. Human beings, animals, everyone is subsisting on that only. And whatever food grains we get, using them and using the cow products, we perform again yajna. The devatas are nourished. They will provide everything. And we are nourished. Again we perform yajna. They are nourished. It is like mutual cooperation with which the entire universe will go on. Sahayajna praja sushva procha pajopati anena prasavidyasvam eshavosti ishta kamaduk. Brahmaji told, my dear devatas and human beings, through the process of yajna, may you all prosper in mutual cooperation. It is by yajna all living entities are sustaining. So, in that way. So, like this, Brahma manifested all the different variety of living entities, which Padma Purana says again, Jalajanam Lavlakshani, Savara Lakshamshati, Kramayo Rudra Sankyayam, Pakshinam Dashalakshanam, Trimshan Lakshani Pashava, Chatur Lakshani Manava. These are like subcategories. So, when he says Manava, we can include all the superhuman beings also. Because in one sense, our bodily structure, their bodily structure are similar. So, they are also part of this 4 lakhs. So, like this, Brahma completed his process of creation. And he also established the autonomous process through the creation of Swayambhu Manu and Chaturupa. That is called Nitya Sushti. So, in this way, the creation has been completed. Now, the maintenance will come into picture. Once the system has been created, then it has to be maintained. So, in summary, all the different variety of living entities that have been created, they are allocated among the 14 lokas who are supposed to stay where. Satya, Tapa, Jana, Mahar. These 4 lokas are meant for Rishis, all the great sages. Svargaloka is meant for the principal devatas. Bhurloka is meant for the 6 lesser devatas. Among the 8 superhuman beings, the principal devatas is Svargaloka. The 6 category of other lesser devatas are in the Bhurloka. Gandharvas, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, Yaksha, Rakshasas, Kinnaras, Kimpurusha, they are all staying in the Bhurloka. Even Pitrus and Sadhyas also living in the Bhurloka. Bhuloka is meant for the plants, aquatics, animals, birds, humans, and some devata like, they were not devatas, but devata like human beings. Little elevated human beings. And 7 Bilasvargas. Of the 7, Atala, Sutala, Talatala, and Rasatala are meant for Asuras. Vitala is meant for Rakshasas and Rakshasas, Bhutapeta Pichashas. They are staying in the Borloka as well, Vitala Loka also. Mahatala and Patala are meant for Nagas and Sarpas. This is how Brahma made all the arrangement. This is yours, you stay here, like that. 14 lokas are created, different species are created, and he allotted for you this place, you stay here, you stay here, live happily. That's how the universe has been created and given to Lord Vishnu. Hey Bhagavan, abhi aapka hai. You please maintain. So like that. Mahavishnu did primary creation of the universe. Brahma did secondary creation of the 14 lokas and creation of different species among the 14 lokas. Now Vishnu will do maintenance. That maintenance is described in the 5th canto, where we are going to discuss. So since we kind of discuss a little bit, quickly, anyone has questions related to this, we'll quickly take. Someone please pass the mic and then.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you.
I,
So, in some of the purports that Srila Prabhupada has stated, both in Bhagavatam and I think Chaitanya Charitamrita, that all the 14 planetary systems reside within the stem of the lotus. And that is one question. Another question is that, so is this the stem of the lotus, and the lotus, is it no more manifested? Because one version I've heard, I think from the Madhva Sampradaya, that it is only initially it is manifested, then it kind of crumbles. It doesn't exist anymore, because there's one contradictory statement which looks contradictory in Chaitanya Charitamrita, if I'm not mistaken, because this lotus, it is so bright, the brightness takes over in several hundreds of times more brighter than the sun itself. So it can't be true, because I mean, right now, if it is existing, then there will be no darkness. So how do we reconcile all this?
okay. Among the 24 elements, the first element is Mahatattva. Mahatattva is said to be fully enlightened. Mahatattva also consists of that brightness. Even when Bhagavatam describes, when the lotus came out of the water, Garbhodaka ocean, it is actually producing some brightness. As a result of that brightness, Brahma, who appeared on top of the lotus flower, could be able to see the lotus flower and ocean down below, etc. etc. At that time, the lotus itself was producing some brightness. Now, Lord Brahma eventually divided that lotus into 14 divisions and made 14 lokas. Even I also read many times, devotees also asked that Prabhupada mentioned that all the 14 lokas are in the stem of the lotus. Of course, same Srila Prabhupada also told something. 5th canto I have not given enough commentary. I request some of my disciples to revisit and describe it elaborately. So Prabhupada only told many of his disciples, he also had a desire that I want to rewrite the commentary for Canto 5. When the TOP foundation ceremony was over, afterwards Prabhupada said, I have not explained 5th canto so elaborately, I need to do it completely. But by the time he's already doing 9th canto, you want to do 10th canto also. The Taga for doing 5th canto or doing 10th canto. Then Prabhupada moved on doing 10th canto only. Somehow he could do up to 13 chapters only. He could not do further. But in one sense, he said stem. In a sense, stem is also part of the lotus. But that doesn't mean that everything is stem only. Stem is also part of the lotus. We can take it. The 14 lokas are divided from the lotus. That is a more appropriate statement. That lotus will have 3 parts. Flower is there, stem is there, and leaf is there. Everything is there. Even now, after division, now there is no physical lotus anymore. But all these planets, they appear to be like a lotus. Because leaf is there at the bottom. The stem portion is acting like the center for all the orbits of the planets which are revolving around. And all the upper 4 planets looks like the lotus flower. So in one sense, a virtual lotus is there, but there is no physical lotus. Because Brahma divided the lotus into divisions. Now only you can see divisions only. But all the divisions, when you look from the far, may appear to be like a lotus. So like that we can take. Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Ah.
Prabhuji, you said after creating the species, Brahmaji created the Vedas and then the propagators of the Vedas. So you mentioned Rudras also teach something. I missed that.
All the four, what four Kumaras are teaching, the 11 Rudras also teach the same thing. Their creation is subsequent creation only.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, you mentioned like the order of creation in that human beings came, and then after that you said Manu, Fembu Manu, and Shatrupa, right?
They are last creation by Brahma. Swayambhu Manu and Shatrupa were the last creation by Brahma.
But they are already like we said that they are the first human being like Brahma is created. Like before that, human beings are already created, and then Shatrupa and Manu.
If you read carefully, third canto, 13th chapter, when Swayambhu Manu Shatrupa were produced, they came to their father. They asked, please give us some service, what we are supposed to do. Then Brahma tells that, please go and become the protector of the human beings. Take care of them by becoming the ruler of the Bhuloka. Then Manu comes down. No Bhuloka. Bhuloka is not seen. He goes back to Brahmaji again, goes back to Satyaloka. He informs, Father, there is no Bhuloka. Then Brahmaji went into meditation, understood that the Bhu-mandala submerged into Garbhodaka ocean. Then he prays to the Lord. Lord appears as Varaha and then jumps into Garbhodaka ocean, brings it up. When he brings it up, all the sages like Ashishta, Pulaha, Kratu, they are all offering prayers. And they also offered a prayer saying that, my dear Lord, you are bringing it up, but please keep some support so that it will not fall again into the Garbhodaka ocean. Then Lord Varaha transformed into Lord Kurma. And Kurma is floating in the Garbhodaka ocean. Above Kurma, Bhu-mandala is resting. Shitiriha vipula tare tishtati tava prushte dharani dharana kina chakkara gariste Keshava Kurma Sharira Jai Jagadisha Hare. So Kurma held the entire Bhu-mandala upon his back so that the Bhu-mandala does not sink again into the Garbhodaka ocean. This is happening since the beginning of the day of Brahma, when Swayambhu Manu was born. Then Manu became the ruler of the entire Bhu-mandala. He began to take care of the human beings. Recently, we were having a discussion. Gauranga Darshan was asking me. We always say that Manu is the progenitor of the human beings. But do anybody has Manu as Gotra? Does anybody has Manu as Gotra? All of us have some Gotra, na? Some Rishi's name is there. Does anybody in India has Gotra called Manu? Manu is not a progenitor. Manu is the protector, is the ruler. For the protector, all the citizens are his children only. So in that way, he treats everyone as children, as his children. But he is not the father of anybody. He is not a biological father of anybody. So like that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, sir.
Prabhuji, you have mentioned like in the Bhuvarloka also, Yakshas and Rakshasas are there, and Bhuta Prashasas are there. Also in the lower planetary system also they are there. So what is the difference between those two categories?
Chota Bhai, Bada Bhai. Property division. Any question? Next.
Prabhu, I've seen the chart, the Pitruloka and the hellish planet is in the down, but you said the Pitrus, they live in the Bhuvarloka. So how do we understand?
Chota Bhai, Bada Bhai. We'll discuss when we come to 25th chapter and 26th chapter. If we happen to come there. If not, when we come to discussion about moon, tomorrow morning session, when we discuss moon, I'll talk about that. Same concept, Chota Bhai, Bada Bhai. Now Brahma created Pitrus. He produced 4 Pitrus. Among the 4, 2 of them are staying in the Bhuvarloka, 2 of them went down to Yamaloka. And the 2 elder brothers who are staying in the Bhuvarloka, that is called main Pitruloka. It is nothing but the moon planet. The moon that we see every day, it is actually Pitruloka. And the 2 younger brothers went to Yamaloka, that is lesser category of Pitruloka. Bada Mahal, Chota Mahal. Saying that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
This Avidya, Smita, Raga, Dvesh, Abhinevesh. So was that created by Brahma?
No, that is Lord Vishnu's creation. Na?
Okay.
Lord Vishnu's 6th creation.
There is also this mention of Tamisra, Anda, Tamisra, Moha, Maha, Moha.
Same. They are synonyms to same 5.
Okay. So that is created by Brahma? The
No.
second.
Vishnu only.
Okay.
In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, they are termed as Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha. In the Bhagavatam, they are termed as Moham, Mahamoham, Tamishram, Andatamishram. Oh, no, Tamas, Moha, Mahamoha, Tamishram, Andatamishram. Tamas means Avidya. Moha means Asmita. Mahamoha means Raga. And Tamishra means Dvesha. Andatamishra is Abhinivesha. It's like. Here, someone can pass the mic here, Mataji. Yeah. In the meantime, another mic you can. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you were mentioning acharyas come from Saptarishis. That includes even our devotional acharyas?
No, I was telling about Nishkama Karma Yoga.
Nishkama Karma.
They do their teaching only. If you are appointed as a maths teacher, you have to teach maths only.
That kind of.
But you can do tuition, other subjects. In the school, you cannot teach other subjects. Okay?
So who are those?
4 Kumaras and Lord Shiva, professionally they teach Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. But if you go to their home, they will teach you Bhakti Yoga. That is where they started Kumar Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya. That is a personal tuition. Okay? All these acharyas, they professionally, they come to you as a Nishkama Karma Yoga teacher. But if you go to them, they will teach you Bhakti. Yeah.
Prabhuji, also one category of humans, but we hear human species are 4 lakh. How to?
No, this is based on the biological structure. The Dvishapa, Ekashapa, Panchanaka, these are all based on the biological structure. Even that plants are there, na? The Viruda Druma, no 2 mango plants are same. Does any 2 mango plants look exactly similar? No, but both are mango plants. Functionally, this also produces flowers and then fruits. This also produces flowers and fruits. And then there is some other plant which produces flowers and fruits. Neem tree produces fruit, flowers, and then produces a tree. But there is a variety. Variety is there. See, when you say division, there could be many divisions. But Bhagavatam, limited number of shlokas, you have to broad categories only mentioned, not in detailed divisions.
Those 4 lakh, what in Chaitanya?
Physical structure is same, na? Whether you are Indian, American, so same bodily structure. Do eye, do aak, do kaan, do haath, do pair, ek heart, sub same. So in that way, so biologically, functionally, same.
And
sorry? But they are all subtle details. They are details. That's why, na, Chaturvimshani Manava, not Chaturvimshani, like Chaturlakshani Manava. There are 4 lakh varieties based on our guna and karma and consciousness. There is subdivision is there. But at the forefront, there is only one category, human being. Because sabka bodily structure ek hi hai. So in that way.
Hare Krishna.
Quickly. We have to start the next one.
Brahma created Vedas, Vedangas, and
yes.
created means he taught. I mean, what exactly should we understand? He created Vedas, Vedangas.
Of course, he taught. He is the original guru of everyone. Na? He taught to Prajapatis, and Prajapatis are teaching next generation like that. He taught everyone. At his time, there was no need to write. Because they are so great, they would listen and they remember entire life. The writing books is only for Kali Yuga. Other 3 yugas, they don't have any pen and paper. They don't have to have pen paper. They listen and remember for the entire life. That's why it's called Shruti Parayana. The Shastra comes in the Shruti Parampara. Only in Kali Yuga, we are so dull-headed, we can't remember. So we need books, pen, paper, notes and all. So that's why Vyasadeva appears at the end of every Dwapara Yuga. For every Chaturyuga, at the end of Dwapara Yuga, there is one person becomes Vyasa. And he puts all the literatures into book form. Valmiki became Vyasa for the 24th cycle. That time only Lord Rama appeared. Lord Rama did not appear this Treta Yuga. He appeared during the 24th cycle. And that time Valmiki, the one who compiled Ramayana in Treta Yuga, he did not write. He orally composed. But at the beginning of Kali Yuga, he wrote down with pen. He became Vyasa. He wrote all the Vedas, Vedangas, Upanishads and everything he wrote that time. And for the 28th one, Krishna Dvaipayana became Vyasa and he put everything in, he penned down everything.
So, and then the Narada Muni, so every Brahmanda has one Narada Muni?
Yeah. Whether he may be called as Narada or not, but there will be one teacher of Bhakti in every Brahmanda. There should be one teacher of Bhakti, one teacher of Nishkam Karma Yoga, one teacher of Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. These are the 4 principal processes that Lord advocates. All the Vedas describe. All other processes are subshoots of these 4. in that way.
Prabhuji, on Bhuloka you mentioned Devata like humans. So who are they?
We'll discuss today. Now that is only the snapshot. We are elaborating on that. Who are there in 14 lokas? What kind of facilities among which they are living? How are they being maintained? That is the discussion for the entire next.
In Bhuloka, you said that plants, animals. I mean, they can be in other lokas also, no?
Yes, they can be other lokas, but they are in less number. The dependency upon them is not at all there. It is zero dependency upon them. But in Bhuloka, we are 100% depend upon them. If there are no plants on the surface of the earth, can we live even one day? Our 100% depends on, we 100% depend upon all these things. That's why their existence here is most important. Other places whether they are there or not, it does not matter. Why also we'll discuss in due course of time.
Prabhu, when we say the Bhuloka fell down to Garbhodaka ocean, it is the entire Bhu-mandala, right?
Yes, entire Bhumandala.
Yeah, but then the entire Bhu-mandala, it actually fits in the diameter of the universe.
Wait, we'll discuss. By today evening, we'll kind of come into close picture. Right now we don't know. We are just given some arbitrary picture. By the end of today, we'll get a proper picture.
Prabhuji, you are telling the Nagaloka, Sarpas, and they are living there. But we are seeing in Bhuloka also.
Our snakes are like chota snakes. There, the bigger snakes, the Vasuki, they are all there in the Nagalokas. They are in Patala Loka and Mahatala Loka. Two lokas are meant for the big snakes. Just like Devatas are also big people, there are big snakes there. Our place are small snakes. Still we are afraid. Sometimes we get to see this anaconda and all. So such kind of snakes are there in that in that loka. Okay? So, thank you. So, I think these are all not so much need to discuss. So, Bhagavatam, first canto ends with an inquiry made by Parikshit Maharaj. So, please tell me, what is the highest perfection? What are the means to attain that? Sukadeva Goswami says, highest perfection is attaining shelter at the lotus feet of Supreme Lord. And there are so many other means are there, but according to me, my personal opinion, the means is bhakti. So what is bhakti? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Marchanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Parikshit Maharaj says, my dear sir, I only have 7 days. Please tell me something practical which I can do, which is suitable for me. Then Sukadeva Goswami says, Pibantiye Bhagavatam Atmana Satam Katamrutam Shravana Puteshu Samrutam. So, yes, listen Krishna Katha. Bhagavat Katha. Hear about the Supreme Lord. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for advising me, hearing. So please speak. If I had to hear, somebody should speak. So what do you want to hear? You are telling about Bhagavat Katha. Speak about Bhagavat Katha. Bhagavan ka Lord's all pastimes you describe. But where to start? Start from Srishti Leela. So chapter 5, chapter 6 of Canto 2, it talks about Srishti Leela. Chapter 7, it talks about all the pastimes of all the avataras. Briefly, one shloka, one avatara. Cut. Because Sukadeva Goswami is known for Sago Dohana Matramihi Griheshu Gruhamedinam Avekshate Mahabhaga Tirthi Kurvam Tadashramam. He does not stay with a householder, not the time required to milk the cow. Not more than the time required to milk a cow. He is in a hurry to leave. So Parikshit Maharaj 7 days. Sukadeva Goswami want to leave. पहले प्रश्न पूछा 5 मिनट आंसर दे दिया सेकंड प्रश्न पूछा 10 मिनट आंसर दे दिया फिर उठ रहे सो परीक्षित महाराज सेड वेट सर ये भी इसका आंसर बताओ इसका आंसर बताओ इसका आंसर बताओ इसका आंसर बताओ like the 25 questions he asked in the 8th chapter. He said, whatever I asked, whatever I have not asked, everything you speak. And don't worry about my hunger and thirst. I am not interested in eating and drinking. I am sitting here for 7 days, you speak for 7 days. And Sukadeva Goswami says, if I have to answer all your 25 questions, I need to speak Bhagavatam. Okay, by the way, what is Bhagavatam? Bhagavatam is that scripture at the beginning of the creation, Lord Narayana spoke to Brahma in 4 shlokas. And Brahmaji elaborated and gave it to Narada Muni and take a vow. He took a vow from Narada Muni. Beta, ab jao. Brahmanda mein, we go everywhere all over the universe and distribute this Bhagavatam in such a way that whoever hears, they should have bhakti produced in their heart. Yata harau bhagavati bhaktir, nunam bhaktir bhavishyati. Whoever hears from you, bhakti should manifest in their heart. In such a way, speak this Bhagavatam to one and all, wherever you go, whomsoever you meet. Narada Muni doing the same thing since the beginning of the creation. And recently, the same Narada Muni came to Srila Vyasadeva. Srila Vyasadeva wrote all the Vedic literatures. 4 Vedas, 4 Upavedas, 6 Vedangas, 18 major Puranas, 18 minor Puranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Itihasas, everything he wrote. Still he was not happy. So Narada Muni came and chastised him. Manne tad darshanam kilam. What is the use of writing all these things? You are the writer not happy. How will the readers will be happy? Then he says, my dear sir, why I am not happy? Yata dharmadayas muni varnanu kirtaya natata vasudevasta mahimai anuvarnita. Just the way you glorified dharma, artha, kama, moksha, you are not glorified bhakti. All Vedas, Puranas, Itihasas, everything is glorifying dharma, artha, kama, moksha. You are ending at a moksha only. Moksha means Sajya Mukti here. You are not glorified about bhakti. Vyasa said, no, I glorified bhakti. Sabhi Puranon mein bhakti ke baare mein bhi varnan hai. He said, you are not glorified bhakti to the extent you have glorified dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Now please describe a book, write a book which exclusively glorifies bhakti. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmasaranam satam vedyam vastavam astravastu shivadam tapatrayon moolam. Etaddi atur chittana matra sparshasyamuhu bhuva sindhu plovadrishta haricharya anuvarnanam. Continuously describe haricharya. Then Vyasadeva wrote Bhagavatam, consisting of 18,000 slokas and 100 sections. In Bhagavatam, he talks about 100 devotees. There are in total in Bhagavatam, we can see 100 devotees who by practicing bhakti went back to Godhead. In Sanskrit, there is a concept. Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam. There should be Trivachanam also, na? Trivachanam should be there, Chaturvachanam should be there, Panchamavachanam should be there. But there is Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. 1 means 1, 2 means 2, 3 means it can be 3, it can be 100, it can be 1,000, it can be lakh, it can be crore also. Same way, single digit 0 to 9, double digit 10 to 99, and triple digit 100. When you tell something 100 times, that is as good as it is told to you 1 crore times. So Srila Vyasadeva compiled Bhagavatam consisting of 100 devotees pastimes. He is talking about 100 devotees means he is talking about 1 crore devotees. Even if you hear 100 devotees, that means 1 crore devotees going back to Godhead. If you are not inspired, no one can inspire you. So that is the Bhagavatam. Suno, matlab, okay, 1 person gone back to Godhead, that is all fake. 2 people gone back to Godhead, that is fake. 3 gone to back to Godhead, that is fake, still fake. But 100 gone to back to Godhead. 100 means crore, 100 crore, 1,000 crores. Still you can say fake. अभी तो कम से कम विश्वास रखो थोड़ा, भक्ति काम करेगा. So something like that. So then he compiled Bhagavatam consisting of 100 devotees pastimes. But since it is Purana, a Purana is supposed to talk about 10 topics. Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam, Utaya, Manvantaresha, Nukata, Nirodha, Mukti, Rashraya. So these are the 10 topics. So till now we have seen Sarga and Visarga. Now we are going to see Sthanam. Sthanam means maintenance of the living entities. By the way, it talks about geography of the entire universe. And other topics are described in the future cantos. 6th canto talks about Poshanam. 7th canto talks about Uti. 8th canto talks about Manvantara. And 9th canto talks about Ishanukata. 12th canto talks about Nirodha. 11th canto talks about Motri. and 10th canto talks about Ashraya. Dashamasya Vishuddhartam Navana Melakshanam Varnayanti Mahatmana Shrutena Artena Anjasa. In order to help us understand the importance of 10th topic, all the Puranas talk about 9 topics. And currently, Sukadeva Goswami is saying that Vidura and Maitreya discussed all the remaining 9 topics so that we can understand the importance of 10th topic. So like that, Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3 starts and the further details are narrated. So here you see, Maitreya met Lord Krishna when Lord Krishna is about to depart, and then Vidura came to Maitreya at Haridwar and listened to Bhagavatam, starting from 3rd canto onwards. So Canto 3 and Canto 4 elaborates on the principle of the topics of Sarga and Visarga. Now Canto 5, first 15 chapters still talks about Visarga only. How the lineage of Swayambhu Manu is continuing through the descendants of Priyat Maharaj. That is explained in the first 15 chapters. Then chapter 16 to 26 talks about Sthana, the geography of the universe where the Devatas, men and the demons reside, and its protection by Devatas. The Devatas are protecting the entire universe under the supervision of Shirodakshai Vishnu. So that is the maintenance. Maintenance means having all the facilities. So now we are going to discuss what kind of facilities are there at different places and what kind of people are residing in those places. That is maintenance. Roti, kapda, makan. सबका रोटी क्या है, कपड़ा क्या है, मकान क्या है, बस उतना है. So this is maintenance and protection of all the living entities. So this topic began by a question raised by Parikshit Maharaj. Because in the first chapter, Sukadeva Goswami, 5th canto, first chapter, Sukadeva Goswami briefly mentioned that Prevrat Maharaj divided the Bhu-mandala into 7 divisions. He did not raise any question there. So Prevrata's lineage is completed in 15th chapter. Then Parikshit Maharaj raised his hand. So long back you talked about Prevrata divided the Bhu-mandala into 7 divisions. Can you please speak about them a little bit more details? I desire to know all about the oceans and islands with their measurements and qualities. So Sukadeva Goswami asks, why you want to listen? So Parikshit Maharaj says, the mind fixed on Lord's gross form can absorb itself in the Brahman, Bhagavan, Vasudeva, the Paramjyoti, who is beyond the matter. Therefore, you should explain the structure of the universe. Parikshit Maharaj is not only concerned about his own welfare. He is concerned about the welfare of all the assembly. In that assembly, there are some karma yogis, there are some jnana yogis, some ashtanga yogis, some bhakti yogis. Bhakti yogis may only want to hear about Krishna Katha. But for others, there are some other aspects of the things, universe also there. So the discussion of the entire universe is nothing but the discussion of universal form. The yogis purify their existence by meditating upon universal form. So at least for their benefit, please discuss about the universe. And that does not mean that devotee should not listen to this. Even for a devotees also, this is a wonderful Krishna Katha. Because it is Lord himself is taking care, supervising the entire universe. It is one of the Divya Karma, the Supreme Lord. As Bhagavad Gita says, Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam. So if it is Divya Karma, here in the Divya Karma, we can also attain perfection. So it is beneficial for everyone, not only for yogis, even for the jnanis and for the devotees also. Therefore, please speak about. The more we hear about the Supreme Lord, the more we remember, the more we contemplate the Supreme Lord. So please speak about the universe. Then Sukadeva Goswami says, so my dear Parikshit, the universe is so vast, we cannot discuss everything about the universe. Even if a person has a lifespan of Brahma, still we cannot discuss each and every detail of the entire universe. But still, since you are asking, I will briefly touch upon the most important aspects of the entire universe. As I mentioned yesterday class, Srila Vyasadeva compiled all the scriptures in such a way, they are mutually complementary to each other. If we simply read Bhagavatam, we do not get everything. We only get the important aspects of the universe. For other details, we need to read other books, other Puranas, other Itihasas, other Vedic literature, so that the whole information will be there. So Bhagavatam only gives us some superstructure, the most important aspects. The filling and all we have to do referring to other literatures. So like that. It is a quick summary of the most important aspects of our universe. So just see this sentence. Is this true or not? Generally, we see the words of the scriptures through our experience in this world. That happens with us, na? At the very beginning, when we become devotees, when we go home, we say that, मैं ये सुना वो सुना ऐसा ऐसा करके. The parents will say, चुप क्या बोल रहे हैं आप, हमको बोल रहे हैं क्या? हमको सब कुछ पता है, हम जीवन देखा है, आप क्या बोल रहे हैं हमको? So like that. So people in general, they try to see the Shastra through their worldly experience. But Shastra expects us other way. Now on, let us try to experience the world through the words of the scriptures. शास्त्र शिक्षु से दुनिया को देखना चाहिए. So something like that. So Srimad Bhagavatam compares the 14 planetary systems with a lotus. Just like the lotus coming out of the water pond, there is a leaf, stem and flower. And here we have the universal covering. So this is the universal covering. So within which we have all the 14 lokas and also Garbhodaka ocean also. So this is a little bit more appropriate picture. So inside the down, deep inside the water, Garbhodaka Vishnu is there and lotus is coming out. Just above the water, we have lotus leaf and their stem and top of that flower. So we saw in the past how Brahma divided it into 3 parts first, and then he was not satisfied, then he went to 14 parts, and then he filled those 14 parts with all different variety of living entities. So the upper surface of the lotus leaf, the flat terrain, that entire thing is called Bhuloka. Inside the lotus leaf, there are 7 tunnels. The 7 tunnels are 7 lower planetary systems. That's why they are called as Bila Swargas. Bila means bill, like hole. So there are 7 holes inside the Bhu-mandala. Inside those 7 holes, there are opulences like that of heaven. That's why they are called as Bila Swargas. And from the stem portion, there appeared Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. From the flower portion, there appeared Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka and Satyaloka. Bhu-mandala is stationary. Maharloka to Satyaloka are stationary. But everything that is there inside the Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka, they are continuously revolving. They are revolving in a particular orbit. The center of that orbit lies where the stem is there. Stem is basically nothing but the center points of all the orbits, which are the Bhuvarloka and Swargalokas abodes. I am not sure how much you are able to appreciate the thing in Bangalore and all. Whenever you go home in the night time, when there is no electricity, you look into the sky. What all we see in the sky? And are there any varieties among the stars? What are the variety? Huh? Huh? Cluster of stars, big stars, small stars, pole star. Among all the stars that we see, some of them could be planets also. In the night time, the planets also appear like star only. Okay? Okay? In English, we only have one term star, but in Sanskrit, we have multiple names. Some of them are called nakshatras. What is the translation of nakshatra in English? Star. And some of them are called tarakas. What is the English translation of taraka? Star. And some of them are called as rashis, zodiac signs. What they are called? Stars. And some of them are Saptarishi Mandal. What they are called? Star. There is one particular special thing, Dhruva Loka. What it is called in English? Everything is star only. In English, there is no variety. There is a problem with English. So, like this, different variety things are there. What is the understanding of modern education about these stars? What are the stars? Then, आगे? Self-luminous is okay, na? Giving the same. Anything else? Stationary. Then, rotating in their axis? Stars. Anything else? Huh? Stars die also? They will take birth also, they will die also. Yes, we study this. This is what we study. Huh? Supernova, nebula, Milky Way, galaxy, all these things are there. Dark hole. And then, everything is fine. Just at the end, they say that the stars are also like sun. And just like our sun has a solar system, some stars might have solar systems. They say, na? Within our Milky Way, within our galaxy, there are so many solar systems. Other galaxies also, there are so many solar systems. And they are revolving around another star, which we can call it as some different sun. Yes or no? This is modern scientific understanding. But according to Puranas, stars, whatever that we see in the night time, they are the residents of the Bhuvarloka and Sargaloka residents. Here in Bangalore, all of our Grasa devotees have a particular home in a particular place. Your home is remains there only, it does not move here and there. वहां पे fix रहता है. Same way, whoever residing in Swarga, whether somebody goes to Swarga, they will be given one star. A star आपका है. जित्वा वा मोक्षसे महिम हतो वा प्राप्यसि. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 text number 32. Hato va prapyasi swargam. If you win, you will rule the earth. If you die, you will go to Swarga. When you go to Swarga, you will get a star. You will live in the star. That star is yours as long as your piety allows you to stay there. Okay? And what all the facilities they will have? How many of us sitting here have heard Devahuti Kardama pastime? Kardama created an aerial mansion for the sake of Devahuti. What all the facilities are there in that aerial mansion? क्या क्या है उसमें? Everything is there. Whatever you can imagine, sky is the limit. Everything is there in that star. And Vishnu Purana says, the star's dimension starts from half yojana to 100 yojanas. 1 yojana is 13 kilometers. Half yojana is how much? 6.5 kilometers. That is the diameter of the star. That much area, what the smallest star has, that is given to you. That is yours. But घर पे सब नौकर रहेगा. आपको सेवा करने के लिए सब नौकर रहेगा उधर. You are the owner of that star as long as your piety is there. And the maximum is 100 yojanas. 1300 kilometers. Bombay to Vijayawada. Central India. That is the size. That much is the big. Indira Amaravati is that big. Amaravati is the biggest star among all the stars. किसको चाहिए स्टार? कौन जाना चाहते हैं स्वर्ग? By listening all these things only people want to go to Swarga. अभी इतना अच्छा सुविधा किधर मिलेगा? Why people are trying to go to America and settle there? इसलिए you get abundant space for you only. In India, especially cities like Bangalore, Bombay and all, small कमरे में रहना पड़ता है. If you go to America, like empty open space, lot of open space. If you go to Swarga, much more empty space with all the palaces made up of gold, ivory, silver, etc. 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 That's why people want to go to Swarga. When they listen about Swarga, they want to go there. Like that, all the stars are the residents of heavenly people. They keep revolving around this stem. Stem is the center of their orbit. They continuously revolve. Though they are self-luminous, they does not have any solar system with them. There is only one solar system within our universe, as per Bhāgavata. There is another solar system in the other universe. You have to go to some other universe to see that, not in our universe. So like that. So now, let us discuss the Bhu-mandala. On the upper surface of the lotus leaf, what all there, who are all residing, what kind of facilities they have, etc. etc. We'll try to discuss now. So now, before entering into the discussion, there are some Sanskrit terms. We'll be keep referring to these terms. First one is Dvipa. In English, what is the translation of Dvipa? What is the island in our school? That which has water on all sides. But Dvipa means Dviapa, a tract of land which contains water on both the sides. That is called Dvipa. Not all around, only two sides. That is Dvipa. And also, Earth by nature, it is nothing but the combination of dust particles. But the set of dust particles to remain together, we need to add water. Not once, we should keep adding water. Otherwise, if you add some water, keep it under sun, the water gets evaporated, the mud becomes disintegrated. But to keep the mud intact, all the dust particles together as a solid body, there should be constant supply of water. That which is constantly drinking water on both the sides is called Dvipa. This is the technical meaning of Dvipa. So basically, a tract of land between two water bodies is Dvipa. Similarly, a tract of land between two mountains is called Varsha. Like basically mountain valley, we can say. And all the measurements of this land in the Bhagavatam are given in the Yojana. One Yojana is 8 miles and which is 13 kilometers. And the measurements are very big in the Bhagavatam. We use 1 million Yojana as a short form in order to mention them. So these are some of the introductory parameters. So now it is, in my laptop, it is 11:52. We shall take a break now because today we have class up to 1 o'clock only. So then we'll continue after lunch. So we'll quickly take a break. If anybody has any questions, you can discuss me in the break time, but we quickly have a break. Then we'll come back and then we'll continue the discussion. Prabhu says 10 minutes only. So we are assembling back at 12:03. Now 11:53. Oh, 11:55. 12:50. Okay, 12:05. 12:05. Correction.
So I asked you about that Chetana question, right? So I kind of contemplated later. So I just wanted to confirm my understanding. So first there is the Jivatma, and then from what I have understood, so Chetana is more like a reflection of the light of the soul. Is that correct? Because the light of the soul is what is the actual consciousness that lights up the whole body so that it can do actions or it can come to life. So the Chetana is like the reflection because it is in Sattvaguna. Is that, can it be understood that way?
Maybe to some extent okay, But because here we are discussing in one perspective, it is not that I said yesterday, this is not the only perspective. This is from the point of view of creation. Here we are discussing the functional aspects of the 24 elements. The elements are technically apparatus. Every apparatus has a particular function to perform. Only that aspect we are discussing here. So from that aspect, the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, mind, intelligence, Ahankara and Chetana have a particular functions. Their unique function. So from that point of view, the Buddhi, its function is to assimilate the knowledge that is acquired from the 5 Jnanendriyas, which only acquire information from the matter, the material world. Even though they may accumulate information in the material world, the spiritual subject also, but Buddhi generally tends to give the material assimilation only. It is Chetana which will extract the spiritual essence of the material knowledge which we receive. The Chetana's function is to reveal. In one sense, Chit means knowledge. Its function is to reveal the knowledge in relation to spiritual subject matters. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala. So that aspect only we are looking at. So normally we generally study that Chetana means that is making us aware of entire body. The reflection of the soul. The soul is the center of the heart. So its awareness is spreading throughout the body through the medium of Chetana. That's why we come to know about the entire body, everything is happening. Of course, that is also another function of Chetana. But from the creation point of view, the main function of the Chetana is to reveal the spiritual subject matters.
So, and then now in the next, from the subtle body, so my understanding is that the connection between the subtle body and the gross body is the prana. So the karmendriyas, gnanendriyas in the subtle body, they only perceive. But so actually to transmit that knowledge of perception to the gross body requires a carrier, and that is prana. Is that
No. The subtle body is connected to the gross body in the sense of karmendriyas is prana. Prana is a connection between the mind and karmendriyas. Buddhi is a connection between the jnanendriyas. Whatever information we receive from the jnanendriyas directly goes to Buddhi. And Buddhi takes it forward to mind. Mind takes it to the Ahankara. So like that.
so? Now, for the soul, this is for a conditioned soul who is probably not even aware of much of the soul's desires. But for a self-realized soul, if I'm not mistaken, I've read in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Tattva Vittu Mahabaho, in some explanation that one who is self-realized, so he basically, the soul's impulses is directly transmitted all the way to the gross body. That's why whatever the soul desires, it is performed. So there is no
That
difference
is
between.
When Chetana becomes enlightened, then soul's desire will be transmitted all the way up to gross body. If Chetana is not enlightened, even though the soul is expressing the desire to experience Ananda, but Ahankara manipulates. Ahankara says, I want happiness. There is a difference between, in Sanskrit there are 3 terms. Sukha, Santosha, Ananda. Sukha is in relation to gross body. What gross body experiences Sukha? Santosha is in relation to subtle body. What mind experiences Santosha? Ananda is in relation to soul. What spirit soul experiences is Ananda. Soul is looking for Ananda. That's why it is called Anandamayo Abhyasat. By Abhyasa, the soul tries to experience Ananda. But the subtle body promises, I'll give you all Ananda, come and stay in me. Puranjani promises Puranjana. You stay here, I'll give you all the happiness that you are looking for. It does not say Ananda, it says happiness only. Because subtle body at most can give happiness only, it cannot give Ananda. So, like interplay between the words, it may seem to be word jugglery, but we need to spend a little more time to discuss all these things. At least for now, we'll stop here. You can discuss offline. After the class, we can discuss separately. So I think everyone came. So we'll move on now. First chapter, it talks about how Priyavrata Maharaj divided the Bhu-mandala into 7 dvipas by creating 7 oceans. In school studies, we have studied that sun is stationary, planets are moving around. So let us see. So this is the Bhu-mandala as you are looking from the top of the universe. Bhu-mandala is nothing but the lotus leaf which is located just above the water. When you go to the top, look down, it looks like a circular disc. In the middle of that, we have Mount Meru. Keeping Mount Meru at the center, the sun every day travels in his own orbit, completing one round in every 24 hours. Okay, Mount Meru in the middle and sun is situated at one place and it keep traveling, making one circle every 24 hours. By the way, as sun is moving around Mount Meru, 50% of the Bhu-mandala is bright and 50% of the Bhu-mandala is dark. So why 50% is bright, why 50% is dark? Now I don't want to explain. We will discuss that later in the evening and all. But at least for now, this much only. So now, Priyavrata is the eldest son of Swayambhu Manu. Both went to Gurukula. Education is completed. Priyavrata stayed back in the ashram of Narada Muni. Uttanapada came home. He was married. He was given the responsibility to become the king. Uttanapada, Dhruva, and so many children. Anga, Vena, Prutu. Then after Prutu, who else is there? Prutu's son was Antardana. His son is Avirdani. His son is Prachana Barhi. Prachana Barhi's sons are Prachetas. And Prachetas, 10 Prachetas married one lady only, Akshni. They gave birth to one son. Who was he? Daksha. Previously, at the beginning of the Swayambhu Manvantara period, Daksha had tug of war with Lord Shiva. Veerabhadra came and cut off his neck, head, threw in the fire, burnt to ashes. Then Brahma went to Lord Shiva, pacified him. Lord Shiva came. Abhi, please revive Daksha. How? There was a goat which was lying there, which was supposed to be given sacrifice in the yajna. So they cut its neck, that head has joined to Daksha. Yajna complete, everyone went home. Daksha is the one who was feeling so much sorry for what happened. Because till now, he was the most beautiful person on the earth. Now he is with goat head. How can he come in the front of everyone? He went in inner chambers, closed doors, and he died in due course of time. Then he was born as the son of 10 Prachetas. After 10 Prachetas, Daksha is supposed to be the king. Prachetas told, my dear son, you become the king, take care of the kingdom, we are going to the forest. Now Daksha is supposed to be the king. But he did not forget his previous life. He still remembered, in spite of taking birth in the Kshatriya family. He said, I don't want to continue as a king. I want to become Prajapati. He went to perform tapasya. There was no ruler. Then Swayambhu Manu came to Narada Muni's ashram, Priyavrata. He said, please come. Take the responsibility. No one is qualified to take care of the Bhu-mandala. Priyavrata said, no, I will not come. I am practicing sadhana here happily. You are telling me to give up this and come home? What is this? Then Brahma came down. Brahma said, my dear son, this is the desire of the Supreme Lord. Please do it. Don't worry. You will not be bound by this world. Please go and do the take care of the responsibilities. Then Priyavrata came home. Now, till now, Acharya say 35 Chaturyugas completed. Since the time they went to Gurukul, till now, half of the Swayambhu Manvantara completed. How much time? 35 Chaturyugas. He was seriously practicing sadhana, day in, day out, without any concentration of day and night. When he came home, he saw this. 12 घंटा लोग सो रहे, 12 घंटा काम कर रहे. So what is this? People are simply wasting 50% of their life. Why they should waste their time? Because there is darkness, they are wasting their time. If there is no darkness, they don't waste time. So Priyavrata, while ruling the entire Bhu-mandala from a capital place known as Brahmavarta, he expanded into 2 forms. One person ruling the kingdom, second person became the sun. Just like one sun is brightening the 50% of the Bhu-mandala, second sun began to brighten the other 50% of the Bhu-mandala. There is no night, no need to sleep. 24/7 practice sadhana, go back to guarded. Don't waste time here. Because he himself being a strict sadhaka, he wants everyone to become strict. So by the way, sun is moving, he is also moving. He cannot stay at one place, na? Because the side which is towards sun is bright, other side is dark. Whether sun is going like this, he also go like this. So sun has got a chariot, he also has a chariot. Sun's chariot has only one wheel. His chariot also has one wheel. Sun's chariot travels in the ether because he is powerful. But unfortunately, his chariot cannot travel in the ether. It was traveling on the surface of the land. Because one wheel, huge chariot, it was going on one place. It created a ditch. He traveled like this for 26 days. One place only, he was continuously traveling for 26 rounds, for 26 days. So the ditch became bigger and bigger and bigger. Then, Priyavrata thought that I am traveling very close to Mount Meru only. Because Bhu-mandala is very wide. Let me go to other place also. He went little far. But when he went far, he thought that, see, when I was traveling in the first circle, the people from my capital city, they are able to see me of this much size. The capital city was Brahmavarta. Today it is known as Bittur. Anybody been to Kanpur? At least all of us know Kanpur, na? Nearby Kanpur, about 23 kilometers, there is a town called Bittur, which is on the bank of Ganga. Ganga flows. On the bank of Ganga only, we have a holy place called as Brahma Tirtha. There Brahma's lotus feet is there. People go there and take bath and bring water and wash the lotus feet of Brahma. Okay? In that city, if you go inside, there is a monumental palace that belongs to Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva is also same lineage, na? Swayambhuva, Uttanapada and Dhruva. So their ancestors are all ruling from that place only. So that temple is there, where Dhruva used to worship Lord Hari. The temple is there. That place is monumental place is there. By the way, it is here in Brahmavarta. Lakshmana brought Mother Sita and left her there and went back to Ayodhya. During those days, Valmiki Rishi was also living in this place only. So Valmiki Rishi took Mother Sita to his ashram and took care of her two children, Lava and Kusha. They were born, grew up, and they were taught Ramayan. In fact, Valmiki Muni compiled Ramayan in this very place. That is Bittur. Originally it was known as Brahmavarta. And by the way, it in the same town, the recent freedom fighter, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Jhansi Ki Rani. Originally she was called as Manikarnika because she was born by offering prayers at Manikarnika Ghat. So she was born and brought up in the same place. So this is a Bittur, a town even today is existing near to Kanpur only. That is their capital. So he thought when you go out, here nearby this much. When you go far, you become smaller and smaller. So he want to be seen by the people in his capital of the same size. So he became twice to the previous size. So that the people in his capital can see him of the same size. Now sun is every day morning we see sun this much. If the sun goes far, he becomes this small. Then what will happen? Our intensity of brightness will reduce. So that he does not want. One thing he should be seen same. Second thing, they should be getting same light. He became bigger. His chariot also became bigger. The chariot wheel also became bigger. The trench created by the chariot wheel also became bigger. So if this is x units, this is 2x units. So like that. Then he went out, becoming twice to the previous size, traveled there for another 26 days, creating another trench of twice to the previous trench. Then he went out, traveled there by becoming 2 times to the previous size, created another trench which was twice to the previous trench. By the way, every time whatever land remaining in between, whatever land is leaving behind here, that is equal to the width of the trench. Same size. This is same size this one, this is same size this one. So like that, he was doing again and again and again for 7 times. In each circle he was traveling for 26 days. In total how much it will be? 26 into 7. How many days? 182. Half the year. So year to year, half year he traveled. Gradually going outward. 182 days completed. When he started his journey on Karaka Sankranti. Going outward. And it is completed in Pausha Mas in January. One day before Makar Sankranti. And on Makar Sankranti, he started return journey. For another 6 months, he gradually came in. 6 months he went out. 6 months he came in. That's what he did. Why he went out? Because during 6 months, sun also goes out and comes in. He just want to follow the sun's moving pattern. Because during 6 months, sun is going out from Karaka Sankranti to Makar Sankranti. He is also going out. From January to July, sun is coming in. He is also coming in. Like that. As a result, how long he did it? He did the same thing for as long as he was ruling the kingdom. How long he ruled? He already spent 35 Chaturyugas in the Gurukul. When he came back, he ruled for 21 Chaturyugas, 11 Arbuda years, 25 Chaturyugas. His total lifespan was 35 plus 25, 60 Chaturyugas. He is such a person who could live for 60 Chaturyugas. So, like that, he created 7 Dvipas by creating the 7 trenches, which are eventually filled by 7 different kinds of water substances. The outermost ocean, it was filled by sweet drinking water. Then Dvipa is called as Pushkar Dvipa. The next one is emulsified yogurt, that means buttermilk. The next one, Dvipa, is called Shaka Dvipa. Like that, the 7 oceans are filled with 7 different variety of liquid substances. So he traveled 6 months outside, 6 months inside, outside, inside. Like that, he was doing it for 25 Chaturyugas. The trenches became deeper, and they became huge oceans. So as you go inside, Milk Ocean. You can see the 5th cycle is Milk Ocean. It is here Samudra Manthan took place. The Devatas and Asuras brought Mandara mountain all the way here. Here they churned this Milk Ocean, they extracted nectar. That Milk Ocean pastime happened here. Then there is Krauncha Dvipa. Then there is clarified butter. That means ghee ocean. Then Kusha Dvipa. Then there is liquor ocean. Then there is Shalmali Dvipa. Then there is sugarcane juice ocean, Shaka Dvipa, salt water ocean. Then finally there is Jambu Dvipa. Like this, there are in total 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans were created. People generally ask the question, why only 7 Dvipas? Why not 6 and why not 8? There is no Shastra reason is mentioned, but one reason is Priyavrata had 2 wives. One wife gave birth to 3 children. The 3 children became 3rd, 4th, 5th Manus. Uttama, Tamasa, Raivata. Children, they were in the ashram only. And first wife gave birth to 10 sons. They went to Gurukul. 7 came back and 3 remained in the Gurukul. Since 7 sons came home, he divided the property into 7 divisions. And the 7 Dvipas gave to 7 sons. Eldest is Agnidra. Agnidra was given Jambudvipa. And other sons were given the remaining lands. Plaksha Dvipa, Shalmali Dvipa, Kusha Dvipa, Krauncha Dvipa, Shaka Dvipa, Pushkara Dvipa, etc. And the x stands for their dimensions. If Jambudvipa's diameter is x, saltwater ocean's width is x. Second, Plaksha Dvipa is 2x. Sugarcane juice is 2x. Like that, the dimensions are gradually increasing in 2 times. 2 times thicker than the previous. If somebody is interested in calculating what is the outer radius of the outermost ocean. So these are the measurements. Very big. See all the 6 dweepas and 6 oceans, 2 times each. The saltwater ocean, the total width, and Jambu-Dweepa diameter is x. Its radius will be half x. So in that way, half x. Total will be 253.5 times x. X is the diameter of Jambu-Dweepa. Later on, we know that Jambu-Dweepa diameter is 1 lakh yojanas. When you put that, the outer radius of Sweetwater ocean is 25.35 million yojanas. This is the dimension of the 7th ocean. Now, let us get into more details of these 7 dweepas. So, Bhagavatam says, Yova ayam dweepaha kuvalaya kamala koshabhyantara kosho niyuta yoshana vishala samavartulo yata pushkara patram. Entire Bhu-mandala is like a pushkara patra. Jambu-Dweepa is also like a pushkara patra. But when you see from the top, the entire Bhu-mandala looks like a lotus consisting of so many petals arranged in different circular order. So one round is one dweepa or one ocean, like that. This is how it is existing. Why so? We'll understand now. So these are the 7 oceans and 7 dweepas created by Prevrat Maharaj. Bhagavatam says, the first dweepa known as Jambu-Dweepa, which will have 9 varshas. It has been divided into 9 divisions separated by mountains. And there are 4 rivers providing water in 4 directions: east, west, north, south. Similarly, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th dweepas are divided into 7 varshas by 7 mountains. From each mountain coming one river, providing everything they need in that particular varsha. Finally, the last one, 7th dweepa, had only one mountain, which is dividing that entire dweepa into 2 varshas, and there are 2 rivers coming from that mountain and providing everything they need through the rivers. And why there are 9 divisions in Jambu-Dweepa? Why there are 7 divisions in the 2nd to 6th dweepa? Why there are only 2 divisions in 7th dweepa? Because the respective personalities have that many number of sons. As many number of sons they have, that many divisions they made. And then for each division they gave the name of their son only. So there will be no dispute afterwards. So like that. And all these places are filled with a lot of wonderful facilities, lakes, gardens, and then hermitages, birds, everything. Everything is natural and organic, and everything, their life is very peaceful. And in every place there are 4 category of people. Just like our place we have Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. In all these places also there are 4 different category of people who will take care of their respective activities in that particular place. So now you see, here is only one mountain dividing the Pushkar Dweepa into 2 varshas. Previously there was one Dweepa. Now there are 2 varshas. This side of the mountain one and this side of the mountain one. There are 7 mountains dividing the Dweepas into 7 divisions. Lord Brahma, whenever he comes down to Bhu-mandala, he cannot stay here and there. He has a palace in Pushkara Dweepa. That palace is made up of a beautiful lotus flower. That is where only he stays. He does not stay in Jambu Dweepa, does not stay in Plaksha Dweepa, Shalmala Dweepa. He only stays in Pushkara Dweepa. He has a special palace meant for him there. Same way, there is a Shaka tree in this particular island. That's why that island became known as Shaka Dweepa. There is a Krauncha mountain here. That's why the entire land became known as Krauncha Dweepa. Because there is some special significance. As a result of that, entire area became known like this afterwards. Here are the 2 rivers coming from this mountain. They are providing everything that they need in this particular land. Now, what all we need for our survival? What are our daily requirements? Okay, forget about the air and sunlight, but on the earthly level, water, food, food में क्या क्या है? Rice, vegetables, milk products, fruits, okay, masala, okay, okay. But in general, whatever we need, whatever we are eating in the form of food, roti, rice, dal, sabji, chapati, etc., etc., in their places, everything is available in the form of streams. Though I have put only one river, that one river has multiple streams. One stream, water. One stream, milk. From where do we get milk? Cow. For them, they don't need cow. They get milk in the form of river. One stream, curd. One stream, yogurt. Sorry, curd and then chas. One stream, butter. One stream, ghee. One stream, sugarcane juice. One stream, honey. And one stream, mango juice. We are getting mango, they get mango juice directly. One stream, orange juice, grape juice, sapota juice, watermelon juice, muskmelon juice. Like that, hundreds of streams providing everything one needs, even to the extent that there is one stream, of course, ghee is already there. In one stream, there is a liquid substance. You take out that liquid and dry under sun. That becomes like a particular material with which you can make clothes. Other material, when you dry it, it becomes like the house construction material. Like that, everything one needs, it is available in the form of rivers, free of cost and free of taxes. Everything is naturally available abundantly for everyone. That is the kind of facility available in this Pushkara Deepa, Plaksha Deepa, Shalma Deepa, etc., etc., etc. From the rivers only they get all the required things they need. They don't have to work in electronic city morning to evening. They don't have to go to super malls to purchase all the things. They don't have to go to dairy and market and purchase all things. Everything is there in the bank rivers abundantly. That is the kind of facility is given in these places. We'll discuss very soon why it is so. Sun said to be continuously traveling somewhere close to this Mansutra mountain. Not exactly above Mansutra mountain, but very close to Mansutra mountain. That's why Mansutra mountain is considered to be the orbit of Sun. As you go inside Krauncha mountain, Kusha grass, Salmandi tree, and again same river coming from the mountain, providing everything that is required for the particular Varsha. As you go inside, Jambudipa gets its name because of Jambu tree. This Plakshadipa gets its name because of Plaksha tree, and like that, like that. And Shalmali tree, whenever Garuda comes down to Bhu-mandala, he stays in Shalmali tree. It is a huge tree. Garuda stays on top of the tree. It takes rest and all, etc. So in that way. So like this, the 7 Dvipas surrounded by 7 oceans, they are further divided into multiple divisions, which were given to their respective sons, and they are taking care of them. In all these places, they are worshipping the Supreme Lord in some of his representative form. In our place, we are worshipping the Lord directly. But in these Dvipas, they are worshipping the Lord in his representative form, like Guru. Like in Gaudiya Vaishnava Samparampara, Gaudiya Mat, they worship Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. In our this thing, we worship Srila Prabhupada every day. In Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, they worship Srila Ramanujarya. In Madhva Sampradaya, they worship Madhvacharya, like that. So they worship these personalities, treating them as Guru and then as representative of Supreme Lord. In Jambudipa, there are 9 Varshas, they worship 9 different forms of Supreme Lord. That anyway, we will see now. So this is how Priyavrata divided the entire Bhu-mandala into 7 dvipas by creating 7 oceans. Other than Jambu-dvipa, all other 6 dvipas, they are further divided to different varshas and separated by mountain. That mountain produces some rivers. Each river provides everything that we need for our survival. They don't have to work. They don't have to go to market, purchase everything. Everything is there in the form of rivers only, abundantly. These rivers will never become dry. So like that. Next, Sukadeva Goswami talks about Jambu-dvipa. So in Jambu-dvipa is like the orl of the lotus. The entire Bhu-mandala is like lotus flower. Jambu-dvipa is like the orl. In the middle of the orl there is pericarp. That pericarp is Mount Meru. When you go to market, you see lotus flower like this, which is fully grown up. You can see the pericarp inside the lotus. So Jambu-dvipa is like this. The centralmost island is Jambu-dvipa, whose width is 1 lakh yojanas. In the middle, it has a mountain, which is called as Meru Parvata or Superu Parvata. It is exactly in the middle, and the entire mountain height is also 1 lakh yojanas. Out of 1 lakh yojanas, 16,000 yojanas is inside the Bhu-mandala, 84,000 yojanas above the Bhu-mandala. Normally, mountains are like this. At the base, they are wide. As you go, they are becoming one tip, but it is opposite. At the base, it is small. As you go upward, it is becoming bigger and bigger. At the base, it is 16,000 yojanas wide. On the top, it is 32,000 yojanas wide. It is like an inverted cone. So like this. On the top, it is very big and is gradually coming smaller and smaller. So, in this Jambu-dvipa, in total there are 9 mountains which are dividing that Jambu-dvipa into 9 varshas. So here we have Mount Meru in the middle. To the north of Mount Meru, there are 3 mountains. They are known as Neela, Shweta, Shringavan. See, this is the mountain. The width of the mountain from here to here it is 2000 yojanas. 2000 yojanas means 26,000 kilometers. From Kanyakumari to Kashmir, like bottom of India to top of India, it is about 3,000 kilometers. This mountain is 26,000 kilometers. And height of the mountain is 10,000 yojanas. That means 1,30,000 kilometers. That is the height of the mountain. And length, it is as per the geometry. You can compute. The total diameter of Jambu-dvipa is 1 lakh. And this could be some 90, this could be 80, this could be 70. These are very, very, very huge mountains. And what are the dvipas? Varshas. Ramyaka Varsha, Hiranyamaya Varsha, and Kuru Varsha. Same way, in the southern side, there are 3 mountains and 3 varshas. Hari Varsha, Kimpurusha Varsha, Bharata Varsha. In the east, there is Gandhamadana mountain. In the west, there is Malevan mountain. And there are 3 varshas. Ketumala, Ilavruta, and Bhadrashva. This is how the entire Jambu-dvipa has been divided into 9 varshas and given to 9 sons of Agnidra. Agnidra had 9 sons and each son was given to one place. The son name is Ilavruta, the land given to him is Ilavruta Varsha. The son name is Bhadrashva, the land given to him Bhadrashva Varsha. Son name is Hari, the land given to him Hari Varsha. Son name is Kimpurusha, the land given to him Kimpurusha Varsha. The son name is, no, not Bharata, here it is Nabi. The land given to him Nabi Varsha. 5th canto, if you remember, first chapter Priyavrata, second chapter Agnidra, third chapter is Nabi. First land was given to Nabi. That time it was known as Nabi Varsha because Nabi was ruling. It is Nabi Varsha. So like that, the particular lands were given to different sons and they were known in that particular name. And Nabi had a son. What is his name? Nabi's son. Rishabdev. He also has another name. His name is Ajanaba. Aja means the unborn Supreme Lord appeared as the son of Nabi. He is called Ajanaba. After Nabi, when Ajanaba was ruling the land, it became known as Ajanaba Varsha. And Rishabdev had how many sons? 100. Out of 100, 81 became Brahmanas, 9 became sannyasis, Navayogendras, and remaining 10 became Kshatriyas. Okay? Of the 10, the eldest one is Bharata. So when subsequently, when Rishabdev gave the kingdom to Bharata, the land became known as Bharata Varsha. That's how the name changed in due course of time. First it was known as Nabi Varsha, then Ajnaba Varsha, then Bharata Varsha. So these are the divisions in Jambudipa. So here, Sukadeva Goswami says that these 3 Varshas are in the north side of the Mount Meru. This Varsha is in the eastern side. This is in the western side. These are in the southern side. So how is he saying all these things? East, west, north, south? Some understanding. This is the entire Bhu-mandala. This is the different divisions in the Bhu-mandala. Here is Jambudipa. Here is the orbit of sun. Sun is day in, day out moving like this. Now, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj at a place known as Shukatal on the bank of Ganga in Bharatavarsha. From the point of view of the discussion, the place where Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj are conversing, from that point of view, he is telling these directions, east, west, north, south. Still they are not correct. Now, in Bangalore, in this room, which is east? That is east. This is west. Okay? This is north. This is south. Okay? That north and that south, what we say always, they are actually called as true north and true south. True north means the direction in which Dhruvaloka is there. The direction in which we go to the top of the universe. Dhruvaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, all of them are there. Na? That direction is called true north. I don't know whether Bangalore you will be able to see Dhruvatara or not, but if you go home, you definitely will be able to see Dhruvaloka in this direction. 4-star. Now, northern direction at elevation of maybe 15 degrees height, you can see Dhruvaloka. That is actually true north. This is true south, which do not change. They are always north and south only. They will never change. Now, this is east. Sun is rising here. In the midday, sun is coming here. In the evening, sun is setting there. And midnight, sun is going down and coming down. Like the sun is traveling day in, day out like this only. Now, just now we saw, this is the Bhu-mandala. That is traveling above Bhu-mandala like this. Parallel to the sun. Parallel to the Bhu-mandala. Okay? The upper part of the Bhu-mandala is true north. The bottom of the Bhu-mandala is true south. In this room, how is sun traveling? Sun is traveling like this. Yes? That means Bhu-mandala should be like this. Because sun is supposed to travel parallel to the Bhu-mandala. Okay? And true north is this side. True south is this side. But in the Bhu-mandala, Priyavrata created so many divisions. In the middle, Jambudipa is there. Okay? So that is anyway east, that we know, no doubt. So that side Bhadrasha Varsha is there. This is anyway west. This side Ketumala Varsha is there. But Hari Varsha, Kimpurusha Varsha, Bharata Varsha are this side. That is this side. So Sukadeva Goswami, since there is no name, he is calling it as south. South is nothing but the direction of the midday sun. The direction in which midday sun is there, that side is calling as south. Opposite to that, the direction of the midnight sun is calling as north. Matlab, just to explain the geography of the Bhu-mandala, he is using The north-south nomenclature only for the two directions in which we don't have any name. East, west, north, south. What is the name of this direction? We may say up, but that is not a proper name. Up is only some indication. Sukadeva Goswami calls this as south, this as north, and this is true north and this is true south. That's how he kind of introduced a different name. Why? We'll understand in the afternoon session. When we discuss in the afternoon, how it is actually Sukadeva Goswami could be able to call them as north and south. Afternoon, when we come to Bharata Varsha, we'll understand about it clearly. So this is our Jambu Deepa. This is the entire Jambu Deepa with all the mountains and Varshas. Mount Meru in the middle. This is saltwater ocean, and this is Plakshadeepa. So in that way, you can see here. These are the mountains, and in between the Deepa, the Varshas are there. In the middle, we have Ilavarta Varsha with the Mount Meru. So this is the picture of Jambudeepa. Vayupurana talks about it. Vayupurana says, Dhanurva Samsitejnaye Dvivarshe Dakshinottare. In the south and north, two Varshas are like the bow. Bharata Varsha, Kuru Varsha are like bow shaped. Dirghani Tatta Chatvari. Four Varshas are long. Hiranmaya, Ramyaka, Hari and Kimbusha, they are long. One Chaturasram Ilavrtam. Ilavrtam is Chaturasram, square. And the next sloka says that there are two more Varshas which are like bow shaped on the edges. They are also running horizontally, entering into the ocean. So this is the kind of picture that is given in Vayupurana. And Bhagavatam also more or less telling the same thing. Our Acharyas have explained like this. And this is the picture of Jambudeepa. Different pictures of same Jambudeepa. Now, when we come close up, this Ilavarta Varsha, we want to know what is there in the Ilavarta Varsha. Just see here. Here are the four mountains in four directions. In the middle, there is Mount Meru. Surrounding Mount Meru, there are 8 mountains. Two mountains on each side. Jatara, Devachuta, Karavira, Kailasha, Pavana, Pariyartha, Trishunga and Makara. Then there are 4 more mountains. Mandara, Meru Mandara, Suparshva and Kumuda. And on top of these 4 mountains, there are 4 trees. On top of them, there are, above them, in addition to them, there are 20 Kesharachala mountains surrounding them. Different mountains are there, they are mentioned. So, all these put together looks like a yajna. In the middle, there is Mount Meru, which is like the Agni. And all the mountains are like the different layers of the yajna kund. Something like that. Now, let's get into the details. These are the 4 mountains. The mountain height is 10,000 yojanas. On top of the mountain, there are 4 trees. The tree trunk is 100 yojanas. 100 yojanas means 1300 kilometers is the size of the trunk of the tree. Bombay to Vijayawada. And the tree height is 1100 yojanas. The branches also go to a distance of 1100 yojanas. That is the size of the tree. Huge tree. And this is mango tree. This is jamun tree. There technically it is called a jambu tree. Today we call it jamun tree. Because of this tree only the entire land became jambu. This is a kadamba tree. This is a banyan tree. Now at the base of the mountain there are 4 lakes surrounded by 4 gardens. This lake is filled with milk. And this lake is filled with honey. Sorry. This is filled with sugarcane juice. This is filled with pure water. This garden is known as Nandana garden. This is Chitrarata, Vibrajata, Sarvatobhadra. All the devatas, whenever they want to go for picnic, they come here and sport in these lakes and gardens along with their family members. And now, interesting is, here the mountain is 10,000 yojanas, the tree is 1,100 yojanas, total 11,100 yojanas. The mango fruit is as big as a mountain peak. one mango is 400 meters. When that mango falls on the top of the mountain, top of the tree, it breaks open, flows like a river. That river is known as Arunoda river. Pure mango juice. By drinking that juice, the people in that entire area emit wonderful fragrance, which goes to a distance of 1 yojana. Then, more interesting than that, the jamun fruits which are as big as the elephants, not our elephants, their elephants. When they fall down, they break open, they flow like a river. River is okay. On both the sides of the river, there is a lot of mud, sand, everything. When that mud or sand is moistened by the river in the night time, in the daytime when it is dried by the sunlight and wind, the mud transforms into gold. Gold is available on the river bank as much as you want. No need to purchase paying lot of money. And next one, here, because there are lot of kadamba fruits are there, lot of honeycombs are there, lot of honey is there. The honey is dripping down and flowing in the form of rivers. There are 5 rivers. Each river has a width of 40 feet. 40 feet width and 40 feet deep. That much honey is going on. Pure honey. 5 rivers. And finally, the most interesting, this is a Shatavalsa tree. A banyan tree has 100 roots. Every root has a one stream. As just now I mentioned, na? One stream water, one stream milk, one stream yogurt, one stream ghee, butter, sugarcane juice, and molasses, and then everything that we need for our survival. Different variety of juices, bedding, and all other things. Everything is available that we need is there in the form of streams only. That's why they don't have to work hard. They don't have to go to office and earn money and purchase other things. Everything is abundantly available. Gold is abundantly available. Mango juice is abundantly available. Yogurt is abundantly available. What do they need? Everything is there. You may be having question, why so many things are there that like that? We will discuss in the afternoon. Anyway, now time is over. Afternoon we will discuss about it. So then there are 20 Kesarachala mountains surrounding. In between we have 8 mountains. So this is Ilavrita Varsha. By the way, these 8 mountains are made up of silver. These 4 mountains are made up of gold. These 20 mountains are made up of diamond. Mandara mountain, have you ever heard Mandara mountain name? Kahan pe suna? Samudra Manthan. This is the mountain they took. Because this mountain is made up of gold, the Devatas and Asuras combinedly they could not lift it. Lord himself has to come and lift it and take it all the way up to Milk Ocean. Gold is heavy, na? Density of gold is more. So that's it. This is the picture of Ilavrita Varsha. So this is how the Jambudipa has been described with 9 mountains and 9 varshas. Having Ilavrita Varsha in the middle with all the different wonderful facilities. So these are the Kesachal mountains, like the pencil-like mountains, because they are very long as Mount Meru. They need to stand. That's why they are made up of diamond. Any other material will break. Because they are made up of diamond, they will remain intact. So in that way, they are as tall as Mount Meru, 84,000 yojanas in height. So this is the cross-sectional view of the entire Jambudipa. Like for example, if you cut the Jambudipa here in the middle, how does it look like? If you cut it in the middle here, how does it look like? So that is a cross-sectional view. Sorry, this is the one cross-sectional view. There's silver mountains, golden mountain, diamond mountain, and other 3 varshas. And same way here, all the different varshas and mountains, they are all there. So this is all about Jambudipa and Ilavrita Varsha. Finally, on top of Mount Meru, the 8 Lokapalas have 8 townships. In the middle, Brahmaji has his township. Whenever they want to discuss about the universal management any problem is there and all, they come down here and they discuss. They spend some time and also they discuss how what problem is coming, how universe needs to be maintained, etc. Here they have their township. Brahmaji township in the middle. Other devatas have surrounding Brahma's township. All the devatas come here, they stay for a while, like GBC meetings. So this is how their townships must be there. Some very opulent, very pleasing townships. So this is about how Bhu-mandala has been divided into 7 deepas, and the deepas in turn are divided into different varshas, and Jambu Deepa with 9 varshas and 9 divisions, all these things. Ilavrta varshas, different opulences we discussed. In the afternoon, we will discuss about Bharata Varsha. So Ilavrta Varsha, so many opulences are there. Before Bharata Varsha, we discuss one point. Why there are so many opulences in Ilavrta Varsha and other dweepas? What is the reason? Why milk is flowing like a river, curd and yogurt, everything is flowing like rivers? Why? We will discuss that point also in the afternoon. So we'll stop here and quickly, few questions based on what we discussed. Take the mic, just to question quickly.
Prabhuji, you asked to see from Shastra Chakshu, but in the modern times, everybody is doing space exploration and all that. So where are they traveling?
Oh, I'm discussing na. Kal tak time hai. Abhi, till now, whatever we discussed there, based on that you ask questions. Please pass the mic. Quickly. Don't waste time. Devotees are hungry.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, the top view you showed with the Meru and Jambudvipa, the Sri Chakra that they worship, Mandal, that's the same top view like that?
Yeah, maybe, Prabhuji. Even when we went to Srungeri Mud, they say that they've installed Sharada Devi deity upon Mahameru Yantra. The entire Bhu-mandala with all the 7 deepas, 7 varshas and Jammu Deepa in the middle Mount Meru, this entire thing is made in the form of yantra upon which the deity is installed. Shaktipitam.
Prabhuji, sometimes we see that the stars are coming down, right? Stars. They are coming down, right?
Okay.
So what actually is happening? If it is not breaking, then what actually is happening?
Okay. Now, different stars are the abodes of different devatas. So, one devata want to meet some other devata. So, they go along with their home. So, like that. Okay. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, on the top of Mount Meru, Ganga is also flowing, right? Ganga is flowing, right?
We will discuss in the afternoon. That Ganga details we will discuss. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, you said, so Priyavrata Maharaj, when he expanded as a sun, right? He was going in and out like Dakshinayana, Uttarayana, and then he, proportionately, he was decreasing in size. So does that happen with our sun also?
No, sun does not go so much. He could go all over the Bhumandala here and there, but sun also goes in and out some range, not so much.
But we don't see any difference. Maybe it's
no,
too far.
We can see. In January, sun is very far, and in May, sun is very close. That's why we have the intensity of sun is very high in May.
But the size, this
varies. Very small. We may not appreciate so much, but it varies. You just see sun diameter. It also has a range. The minimum range and maximum range, it happens.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, you mentioned that Bharatvarsha lies in Jambudvipa.
Yes.
So we can see that that Bharatvarsha is basically on a disc-shaped structure.
We'll see in
and
wait. Abhi pura hua nahi. Ab itna jaldi kyun? Hum dophar ko we'll see in the afternoon.
My question is very simple, Prabhuji. Basically, what our current understanding is that we are residing on planet Earth, which is spherical in shape.
It is not planet Earth. In which book it is mentioned as a planet Earth? Please quote the shloka.
I mean, what we have been taught.
Okay.
So that is not correct, na, Prabhuji?
No, don't come to any judgment. Let us try to correct our understanding. So still we are under the process of discussion. Let us discuss. Till tomorrow, wait. Don't come to any judgment.
One more question. So you told that the sun covers only half of the portion.
Sun brightens half of the portion.
Yeah, but how that is possible?
Oh, we'll discuss na. Where? Pura hua nahi. I told in the morning only. Don't ask that question now. Afternoon, I'll show you how it is.
Prabhuji, who filled that milk
ghee and other oceans?
Either Lord Vishnu or Brahma, one of the two.
Not-
Who did, I don't know, but by the will of the providence it happened. They, one of the two only did all that. Brahmaji is the direct responsible, Vishnu is the remotely responsible. Both of them combinedly did it.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranams Prabhu.
Any other question?
Hare Krishna.
You said Priyavrata was
Keep the
like
mic close.
Priyavrata was rotating like a sun, right? So like people should not sleep and be always active, right? But is that mean that there is no night there?
Yes, as long as he was doing this seva, as long as he was ruling over, there was no night at all. When he wound up his pastime, then again day night started. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to Gaya and came back, he started Kirtan, Trivasangan. After few days, he said, why we are wasting time in sleeping? Let us do Kirtan day and night. Same way. So like that.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Tata Praja. Prabhuji, mic. Please take the mic. Please, Mahapasan.
Around Mount Meru, what are the strings that is there?
That is Kesharachala Mountain, 20 mountains. 20 Kesharachala mountains.
Okay.
Like there are 8 mountains, there are 4 mountains, then there are 20 mountains. The first 8 are made up of silver, then 4 are made up of gold, these 20 are made up of diamond. That is the beauty of that place. Yeah, Prabhuji, pass on the mic here, this side. Yes, ma'am.
Prabhuji, I don't know if you're going to cover this later, but this came to my mind. So all these Varshas, Dvipas on the bigger Bhu-mandala, it is supposedly present on our local earth also.
Don't come to any judgment. Whether they are supposed or not, we'll discuss in the afternoon.
Okay.
Afternoon, everything becomes clear.
Prabhu, do people keep traveling between Varshas and...
Yes, why not? Do you have the ability to travel? If yes, you can travel. Otherwise, get the ability and then travel. Okay? Any further questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Mike.
Prabhu, I'm.
This question, why people ask, I don't understand. Yeah, go ahead. They are so curious.
Other Brahmandas, the same sequence, the same Priyavrata, these episodes happen how?
No idea.
No idea.
What is there in the other Brahmandas? No one can speak about it. Even Brahmaji says, I don't know. Then what to speak of anybody else speaking about them? At most, we can say, maybe similar. May not be same, but maybe somewhat similar. Our Brahmanda has 14 lokas, other Brahmanda might have 20 lokas, 25 lokas. Our Brahmanda has 7 dipas, other Brahmanda might have 20 dipas, 30 dipas. We don't know. Somewhat similar, not exactly same.
When the annihilation happens partial, then what all gets, means these things again get disturbed. Means Priyavrata's episode happened in very beginning.
At the beginning of the day of Brahma.
Then there are these pralayas which happen at the end of day of.
End of the day of Brahma, yes.
Then these
all the 14 lokas will be annihilated at the end of the day of Brahma.
So
whatever Brahma creates, everything will be destroyed by Lord Shiva. Whatever Brahma creates early in the morning, whatever Lord Vishnu maintains throughout the day, that all will be destroyed by Lord Shiva at the end of the day.
At the beginning of the day, Swayambhuva, again these things. In that same Brahma.
At the beginning of every day, Brahma does the same thing. Daily sadhana. Every day morning, whether preparation will be done or not, breakfast. Every day they have to prepare breakfast. Same way Brahmaji does every day.
Prabhuji, there is one question online. Prabhuji, Jambudvipa is a continuous piece of land. How does floating planets and solar system exist?
Oh, planets and all we'll discuss tomorrow. Abhi we have not come to the planets only. We are still discussing Bhuloka only. Just now we said, at the very beginning only we said, everything that we see in the sky, they are all part of Bhuvarloka and Sargaloka. So what all includes in that everything? There are some Tarakas, there are Grahas, there are Nakshatras, there are Rashis. These are the 4 principal categories in the sky that we see. 12 Rashis, 27 Nakshatras, 9 Grahas, unlimited Tarakas. Uncountable Tarakas are there.
There is one more question. America is in which Dvipa?
Tell him to come in the afternoon.
Okay.
Don't miss afternoon session. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you very much. And we'll reassemble after our lunch prasadam.
Around 2:15 we will gather. Kindly please take prasad, and if you want to take rest around or talk around, you can come here and do. This hall is open, and we will begin once around 2 to 15. So prasadam is in the old temple building. You can all gather there. Thank you. Hare Krishna.